man. Rafael Mendes, Clark, Gracie, both these guys on a roll as of late. Of course, needless to say, Rafael Mendes is considered by many the pound-for-pound best jiu-jitsu fighter on the planet of Earth today in the solar system of the Milky Way.
Best jiu-jitsu guy, pound for pound in the universe.
You see the double guard pull. Both guys wanting to get on bottom and start setting up their attacks. You see Rafa so fast with this berimbolo, man. I mean,
not wasting any time.
Not wasting any time. I mean, he must have drilled this move a million times, Kenny, at this point. You see Clark he quickly puts, look at that position, you guys. This position, you see that left hook.
Let's take a look at that replay.
Yeah.
Just a brilliant exchange. Look at this. Rafael Mendes.
We don't have time to watch
about
the
to
replay,
take
Kenny.
it back
We
early.
don't have time to watch the replay, Kenny. We got to focus on what's going on here.
This is insane. Look at this. Rafael Mendes and Eddie Bravo.
This is not a match where we have time to watch the replays,
Style
Kenny.
of back take here.
Rafael Mendes, you see that left hook that he has tangled up on Clark? And if you guys could see, Clark's left arm is being controlled down there underneath. Clark is already, I mean, what are we, 50 seconds of this match, Clark is in a bad spot, my man.
Yes, he is. Look at this position here. He's trying to stretch out that leg of Clark Gracie to take the back or possibly set up a neck crank here.
Good defense there on Clark, though.
Beautiful.
Shut down that initial berimbolo attack. Hide your ankle, hide your belt. Rafael Mendes is berimboloing everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, he is. See, Clark looked like he was thinking about going for that foot there, but against Rafael Mendes, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Clark obviously doing his homework here. And when you're seeing these exchanges, especially in the berimbolo, I mean, you have to be so well versed in that style, especially when you're going against, you know, the guy who really does it better than anybody out there, the two Mendes brothers.
Yeah, I mean, what else can I say? I mean, it's been proven effective time and time again, tournament after tournament after tournament. These guys are going out there and taking everybody's back with this stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, Clark's well aware of that. You know, Clark, you know, he studies the game, you know, and he's a berimbolo fighter. You know, everybody's using the berimbolo. But just because you know what he's going for and what he's going to do does not mean you can stop it, Kenny.
Right. Yeah, and it seems like when you're going against a guy with an unbelievable kind of berimbolo guard, De La Riva style, it's comes down to kind of isolating it, but, you know, not really stopping it, but kind of containing it. In this format with a 20-minute submission only, it's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about, I mean, this kid just, both these guys just unreal with their jiu-jitsu, man. These guys are two focused young men just trying to strive to be the best they can be in the jiu-jitsu game. Obviously, Clark has a lot on his, you know, a lot on his plate, having the last name Gracie. You know, he's expected to do well, and that could be a lot of pressure on somebody. But he handles it well. Clark has always, you know, taken it with stride, man. You know, his losses, his wins, he manages it well, having the last name Gracie. And
Clark Gracie made huge waves with his omoplata picture that went all over the place.
The ridiculously good-looking
right
omoplata. You see Coach Rafael Dalinga right there, shouting the instructions to Clark. Like I said, you see another berimbolo here attack. You see Rafa inverts, gets towards the bottom part. And Clark really trying here to defend the...
Yeah, it seemed like Rafa wasn't able to really bring that body all the way up and over to take the back, and Clark is obviously aware of that. He's shrimping his hips away to prevent that back take. Clark showing beautiful defense here.
Kenny, look at that grip. Look at that grip Rafa has with his left hand on that collar, on the back of his collar. I mean, that is a solid grip right there.
Yeah, he's halfway there.
We have a back attack here, Kenny. Rafa has that right hook in. If he can get that bottom left hook in, Clark is going to be in big trouble.
Unbelievable back take from Rafael Mendes, and you have to imagine that Clark Gracie has worked a lot in escaping this position, but let's take a look at that beautiful reversal there.
Look at the intensity on Rafa's face right there. Look at him just hunting down this position.
See that drag and that hip switch there from Mendes to take the back. He's lining it up. He's got one hook in there, and Clark was almost in a terrible position there. And he's still not out of it. I mean, he's still in danger here.
Now, Rafael has proven himself in absolute divisions. He actually took second place to the great Rodolfo Vieira in an absolute tournament, and no points were scored in that match. Rodolfo Vieira, who submits almost everybody he rolls with, couldn't even get a point on Rafa Mendes.
How impressive is that?
I mean, and we're talking about an 80-pound weight difference there.
And this modern style jiu-jitsu game, that is just unbelievable. Mendes outweighed by a good, what would you say, Kenny, 20, 25 pounds here? In this match, yeah. But against Vieira, I mean, that
was
60, 60 pounds, maybe more.
Yeah, so needless to say, Clark has his work cut out for him here tonight. Yeah, Clark is going to really have to do something here. Clark is going to really have to do something here to be able to submit Rafa Mendes. I mean, this kid hasn't been submitted, and I can't remember the last time he was submitted, let alone lost a match. I mean, he lost this match to Cobrinha at the Abu Dhabi World Tournament.
An amazing rivalry the last few years.
One of the greatest in jiu-jitsu history, the Cobrinha Rafael Mendes rivalry. And you see Clark here on top, being patient, not really trying to rush into the guard of Rafa here.
And you have to imagine Clark is really going to look to try to prevent that Del Hiva grip here against Mendes.
Yeah, he does not want Rafa to get that right ankle of his. But Rafa, you know, as much as we talk about his Berimbolo attacks, the kid has much more than that.
Right.
And one of the reasons why his Berimbolo attack is so dangerous is because every other attack that he has works so well, and he's drilled and trained all these attacks and all these techniques so much.
Absolutely. Everything is connected with these guys, and it's nonstop. It's all the setup submissions. So that's the beautiful thing about the Mendes brothers' style of jiu-jitsu. It's not just about points. It's about going out there and getting
look
the
at the
finish.
inversion here. Right there, that was a little upside down. He tried to tangle him in the 50-50. Clark was wise to it. Maybe we could get a replay on that. That was a very technical attack
Nifty
by
sweep.
Rafa. Yes, but Clark was wise to it, man. Clark saw it coming on that right side and was able to get that leg back and avoid the entanglement of the 50-50.
Yeah, Clark doing a good job of really holding on to that sleeve as well.
I'll tell you what, man. In my opinion, if Clark... Here we have Chael Sonnen,
Look at that guy.
UFC fighter.
Chael Sonnen. There's my UFC Tonight partner.
The one and only.
He's pretending like the camera's not there. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Now he acknowledges the camera. There's Chael Sonnen. Chael came all the way from Orange County to watch this.
What a drive he went through. That must have been quite a bit of traffic.
That's right.
I was going to say, if, in my opinion, Kenny, and I don't know if you'll agree with me on this, but if Clark can even pull the draw here on Rafa, that would be an accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a moral victory there.
I mean, on paper, I believe that Rafa is supposed to submit Clark here.
Right.
Rafa has numerous world titles, numerous Abu Dhabi world titles. I mean,
and what does that say about Rafa Mendes' accomplishments and how good he is, how highly regarded he is? The fact that he's going against Clark Gracie, who is an unbelievable jiu-jitsu practitioner and competitor. He's heavier, and people still expect Rafa Mendes to go out there and submit him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows that the technique is the king, ladies and gentlemen, in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Size and strength will get you far, but technique ultimately is what will get you where you need to be. Will win titles. Championships and gold medals are won on technique. And Rafa Mendes is the perfect example of that.
Well, jiu-jitsu really is spreading all over the world, obviously has for a long time. And in the crowd today, we have some celebrities. And there's Robert Duvall checking out the action here on the mats at Metamoris.
Wow. One of my
favorite
actors.
How cool was that?
I wonder if he has a Berimbolo.
He attacks with Berimbolo? I bet he does.
I'll bet you the Mendes brothers could teach it to him. Oh, we have a delegate to the back there. That was absolutely beautiful there. Very technical there on Rafa's part. You see this inversion again. This theme is repeated throughout the night with these smaller guys getting up on the back of the neck and using the legs to roll the guy over and expose the back.
Look at that scramble.
Beautiful transition there, Kenny. Rafa just being able to freestyle and kind of create different scrambles and positions here, kind of on the fly.
Yeah, and what defense from Clark Gracie here really has done his homework here against Rafa Mendes.
Absolutely. Look at this. He's gone close to 10 minutes now without getting Rafa on his back. To be honest with you, I'm going to give a lot of credit here to Clark. He's doing a really good job here fending off what I called earlier the pound for pound best jiu-jitsu fighter on the planet today.
Now Rafa's been playing off of his back for a little while. Do you think, the extra weight of Clark Gracie is going to start to try to take its toll here, and maybe seeing Mendes kind of slow down the last 10 minutes?
You know, that's what most people would think, but Rafael Mendes is like Superman. This kid does not get tired. You know, we mentioned earlier how he was able to wrangle with the great Rodolfo. And that's unbelievable to not even get scored on, Kenny. He didn't get scored on.
Crazy. And again, I talked to these guys earlier at their academy earlier this week, and they were saying, again, 4 to 6 rounds of 20 minutes against fresh opponents.
Wait, say that again.
Insane. Yeah, so 6 matches against fresh opponents, 20 minutes each match. That's what they were doing to prepare for this tournament.
So the math on that is 20, 40, 60, 80.
It's 120 minutes? Is that it?
That's too many minutes, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot. Beasts. There's his brother Guilherme, the other half of the Mendes brothers crew, and right next to him, Andre Galvao.
Of course, Guilherme successful earlier this evening with his baseball bat submission over Samir Chantry.
Classic Mendes brothers jiu-jitsu right there.
And of course, another tidbit about Guilherme Mendes was the first person to submit Barrett Yoshida in over 10 years, and he submitted him with that exact submission, the baseball choke submission.
Crazy.
And again, you see Rafael, of course, looking for that Berimbolo attack, inverting, going upside down. Another shot there of Rafael Darlinha. And look at the triceps on that guy. That is a horseshoe of a tricep on that young man. Yeah, now, folks, it would help you guys if you're going to get into jiu-jitsu to learn Portuguese. To learn that Portuguese so you can understand. And I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. I'm not going to comment on that.
Crack kills, Jeff.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Stay healthy, ladies and gentlemen. Stay healthy.
Say no to crack.
Look at the footwork here. I often talk to my students about about the leg work and the footwork that has to go into this. We have a replay here. Let's see what we got. You see that De La Riva. Look at that inversion. He goes upside down. Clark wise to it though. You see Clark. See how Clark like lays back and just kind of
and he's controlling that lower pant leg as well, Jeff. That really prevented it.
Let's see what we have going on here. The referee has stopped the match.
You guys want to move to the middle, please?
Bring him back to the middle here, ladies and gentlemen. You see that AOJ on Rafa's back, the Art of Jiu-Jitsu, which in my opinion, I think that's a beautiful name for an academy.
And I tell you what, you go to their academy, it may very well be the most beautiful academy I have ever seen. It's like a piece of art walking in there, all white, just a gorgeous place.
And of course, on both these guys, extremely technical. Clark has a Pan American championship that he won, and he actually was able to submit and put to sleep the great Marcelo Mafra. They call him Lapella, which was a huge win for Clark, and he was able to win the Pan American title with that one. And I was there for that, and that was amazing, man. He put him to sleep literally with like 2 seconds left in the match. You see here Rafa on top looking to get a pass, but Clark's no schlep, as Mark Lehman used to say.
Yeah.
He's no schlep, not willing to give up the guard pass, knowing that if Rafa was to pass the guard, Rafa would be that much closer to his neck, that much closer to his arm, that much closer to a submission. Clark doing a good job, man. I'll tell you what, bro.
Yeah, he's staying calm. He's confident. He's not giving an inch here to Rafa. He's fighting him for every grip, but making Rafa work out there.
Just relentless, man. I mean, he just is not quitting. We have 7 minutes left in this match. We appear to have a leg reap entanglement here. Leg reap and a 50-50, if that makes sense. Both of them were entangled there.
Right, he's got that right leg all over the far left leg of Clark Gracie. Let's see if Rafa sits back for that footlock. Now Clark is really making sure he's holding on to that sleeve of Rafa Mendes there. You can see a little bit of concern on the face of Guilherme Mendes and Andre Galvao. Now they are out of that position. Mendes tries to reset here.
Here you see the double guard sitting position. Very common in the lightweights. You see this position. Both guys wanting to get that. Look at Rafa inverting, taking that, looking for that Berimbolo, rolling, getting up on the back, rolling left and right, rolling right, rolling left. Look at the pant grip.
So diverse. I mean, look at that variety in the attacks of Rafa Mendes there.
And the speed, Kenny, the speed at which he does what he does is really remarkable. We have 6 minutes left in this match. You see grip fighting. I mentioned earlier, Rafael Lovato Jr. stresses the importance of grip fighting and how it can really change the match.
Let's take a look at this attack here from Rafa Mendes as he rolls to the right. adjusts, then goes right back to try to take that back of Clark Gracie.
And then goes back again, Kenny.
Brilliant
and then
attempt.
again and again. There's 4 or 5 hip switches there, Kenny.
Yeah, that is a lot of hours of attempting that kind of reversal.
Kenny, I want to see somebody else try to commentate that.
Yeah,
that was not easy to commentate.
Rolled left, inverted right. I have a headache.
Rafa, you were making this difficult.
Yeah. And now look at this, Clark Gracie on
with the footlock
grip
X
for that
guard.
straight footlock. Yeah.
That was another position that Marcelo Garcia made famous, his X guard, and then he started using the footlock X guard. How awesome would it be to get Marcelo Garcia out here at Metamoris? I mean, he is just
so talented. We know the jiu-jitsu community misses him on the mats. Hopefully we get a chance to see him. But he's doing great work in New York with his gym. Such a nice guy.
And you see that grip that Clark has. Oh, we see it again. Another inversion here by Rafael Mendes, looking for the back take. Clark wise to it. If Clark can keep his back on the ground, you actually cannot take somebody's back when their back is touching the ground, Kenny. So Clark wise to keep that back down. Maybe come on top here, look to pass, although I doubt it. You know, you don't see guys putting too much energy or effort into the guard pass. We saw it a little bit earlier with Guilherme, but you know, in this match, these guys aren't really concerned about passing guard. I mean, from what I can tell, they're both looking to take each other's backs.
Yeah, right.
The back is the theme of this match.
Very strong position for both these guys. I'm surprised to not see more guard from Clark Gracie. He has an excellent omoplata attack that he loves to set up.
Right. He has an omoplata Kimura combination. If you guys ever get a chance to train with Clark, he's really good with that move, that combination, I should say. And again, you see the inversion. Look at that. That's a sweep. That's a beautiful sweep off. He threatened the Berimbolo, and Clark had to respond by allowing Rafa to come on top. You see the leg reap. If heel hooks were allowed, Rafa would be in a bad spot here. But let's see what he can do with this leg reap, Kenny. I'm not sure. Oh, we have a little spin here.
Clark in a good position there. Nice.
Again, to the untrained eye, it's going to be difficult to break down and understand what's going on here. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot of technique involved in what's going on here. And both these guys are looking to take the back. You see the 50-50 position here, Kenny.
Now, Clark looked like he was giving up a leg there. Mendes decided not to go for that straight footlock.
Again, back to that De La Riva. You see, really
such
deep,
a strong position.
Such a strong position. And Clark having to respect it, having to lay down, put his back on the ground so as not to expose it to Rafa.
How impressed are you with the defense of Clark Gracie so far?
Absolutely. I mean, for anybody to fend off the pound-for-pound best submission fighter, jiu-jitsu fighter on the planet is remarkable. I got to give it up to Clark. Clark's really been stepping up his training and his focus on jiu-jitsu, and it's showing here today, Kenny.
Absolutely, coming in here very, very focused.
And both these guys with spectacular hair.
Yes.
Not only do they have the best moves, they have to have the best hair, which is...
I take insult to that,
I take insult to that, by the way, as well. I'm a little insulted.
2 minutos, Clark. Aí, meu irmão, passa no chão. Aí, entra na tua.
Just under 2 minutes left here.
You can see the frustration on Rafa's face there. He showed it for a second. Rarely does Rafa show any emotion on his face when he competes. But you can see it there. It's all over his face, man. He's frustrated. You know, I'm sure he assumed that by this point in the match he would have the victory. Clark has done really well, man. I'll be honest. I'm very, very happy for Clark to be able to come out here and do such a good job here with the pound-for-pound best submission fighter, jiu-jitsu fighter, Rafael Mendes.
It is so hard to be offensive. You know, a lot of people may be criticizing Clark here for playing defensive, but it's hard to be offensive against the kind of guard that Rafael Mendes possesses.
Here we see that leg reap that I mentioned would be. Oh, we have a pull-off submission here by Rafa.
Really put the pressure on that foot now.
Really strong here. Rafa's grips and forearm strength is really strong, Kenny.
Yeah.
When he doesn't come back on, you're going to feel it. Both guys looking up at the scoreboard, looking up at the time, I should say.
Under a minute to go now here, Jeff.
That's what happens. Rafa really needs to push the pace here if he's going to make something happen, if he's going to submit Clark. 40 seconds here. Getting down to the knee grip. You see that grip there? Rafa keeps taking on the pants of Clark.
30 segundos, Rafael.
Look at Hoffa starting to really use some energy here.
Aí, cai pra dentro.
24 seconds, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. Look at the spinning. Look at all the spinning that's going on in here. These guys are breakdance fighting.
15 segundos, Clark.
Yeah,
In
exchanges here. Look at this. Clark going for that straight footlock.
A straight footlock here.
10 seconds left.
See what he can do. Well, I don't think 10 seconds is enough time to finish a straight footlock on Hoffa.
And it is
Time. Well,